My name is Chloe Weir. I'm here from ACCO Water Management. I'm going to just talk to you today about ACCO's online hydraulic design software. This is the second version of the software, so it involves a lot of the feedback that we've had from various customers. So we think it provides a really, really good solution to designing drainage for projects. So for those of you who do know ACCO, you probably know us for linear drainage channels. That's kind of our heritage, but we do loads more than that. We also have a stormwater control section so we do things like attenuation, controlled release of water, things like that. And we're basically split into two different divisions. So water management, which is where I work, but there's also our building drainage division. So they do largely the internal drainage, so things like for commercial kitchens, leisure centres, things like that. We've been founded over 30 years ago, so as I say, we've got a really good heritage in water management. So obviously, for the CIHT, water management for things like highways, transport hubs, is really, really crucial. It can cause collisions if the water is standing on roads and motorways, but also things like train stations and areas like that. We need to make sure that the water is removed quickly so that there's not flooding on tracks, but also at stations for pedestrians and things like that. But we don't just consider the collection of the water. We need to consider cleaning of any metals or harmful substances, and possibly holding stormwater where that's relevant, depending on the project and the site, and also releasing water so that we're compliant with any maximum rate that we can release. And so ACCO have provided this software. We've developed it with experts, and I will go through some of the key features for you. So this is an example of it on the screen here. This is a one-page software. It's free of charge to use. It's online. You just need to put an email address and a password in. It offers the option for flexible catchment design. There's integrated rainfall data, so you can use your own location and specific project postcodes, and it will be adapted to that. It's got automated product optimization based on the application that you're using, and also provides, once you've designed your project and your channels, you can have a PDF summary. So I'll just show you how some of this works. So all of the designs are securely stored. They're only accessible by yourself unless you choose to share them with us, and we're more than happy to check any designs that you create. The data is always kept up to date, and any methodology and calculations are thoroughly checked and proven. So this is the homepage of the software. It's, as I said earlier, all on one page. Here you can see you can choose the application that is suitable to whatever the project is you're doing. I've chosen highways for obvious reasons. And what happens is when you click that, you'll get the recommended channels that are suitable for that application. So it kind of takes some of the work out from you. You don't have to go through every single product that we do. You kind of see which ones might be appropriate. So once you've selected your channel and your application, you can look at the location that you're designing for. We can put in a postcode at the top here, and it will look and place it on the map. You can then click to an exact location, not just the postcode, if you wish. And then all we need to do is put in the return period, the duration, an allowance for climate change, so that might depend on the project and what you've been asked to look at, and then it will output a rainfall intensity. You've got loads and loads of flexibility in terms of catchment area, so you can choose to design for a really simple square car park, channel down the middle, if that's what your site is. It's pretty rare that they're that straightforward. So what you can do instead is you can look at a slightly different catchment area or multiple catchment areas. They can be designed to the shape that you like. They can be designed to the slope that you like that's on the site, so you can use your project drawing and just apply it however suits. Once you've got your catchment area, you can see here you get a cross-section of the channel. It will be amended, so it will say 50% full, it will be 100% full, whatever it is. You then have the option to choose an optimized channel. So you can do it by 2 meters or by section, and it will automatically optimize it to save you a bit of money on the project, but also some of the installations. So if you've got smaller channels, it might be easier to move them around on the site, things like that. And you can see that here. So those steps are just where we can use a smaller channel. There's also the option to add inflows, so that might be things like a downpipe, it might be an additional run, and that will automatically, once these are added from the left or from the right, whichever it is, that will be reflected in the capacity of the channel on the home page. And then once you've added the additional runs and you're happy with what you've got, you can then look to calculate the attenuation if there is any that's required. And the tool is here, so you can just work through that as well. And crucially, once you've completed your project, there's then an option for looking at the channel resilience. So not just designing the project for how it is now, but looking at the future. For maintenance schedules, you can look at whether there'll be any surface pooling after storm events. And you can kind of look at what you've designed and how the maintenance schedule will work with what you have for your specific site. These are just a couple of examples of the outputs. So there's different types of output. We've got the summary report, which is the one that's slightly behind. This shows absolutely everything. So this shows the length of the run, this shows the product code. So you can pull this off, it gives you absolutely all the information, so you can build that into the specification as part of your entire project with all the other elements that you need to consider. You also have your detailed run report. So this is for one specific run. It's usually about 2 pages long. It gives you a cross-section of the channel that you've chosen, but it also gives you some visuals on any optimization, the hydraulics, how full the channel will be, and the flow and the velocity based on what you have input. So just to recap, all of the designs that you will do on here are completely secure, so only you will access them. If you choose for us to see them, that's absolutely fine, and we're more than happy to check anything if you'd like. And the data is always kept up to date, and additional products are added as and when they come out, and all of the methodology is proven. To access the software, all you need to do is go onto the ACO website. It's just here. It's free of charge, and if you need any support at all, you can contact the technical support team, and they'll be more than happy to talk you through anything.